All right, thank you so much for staying with us here on Sunrise. So summer camps are a popular choice for parents who want to keep their children active and engaged during the holidays. Well, GC Foster College is stepping up to ensure families have access to a camp that is not only fun, but also meaningful and inclusive. As part of their 45th anniversary celebrations, the college is launching a one-of-a-kind sports camp specially designed for children with autism, creating a safe space where kids can build confidence, have fun, and of course also feel supported. Joining us to share more about this incredible initiative is GC Foster student and camp coordinator, Lavana Shorto. Good morning.
Good morning.
How are you?
I'm good. Good morning, Jamaica.
Yeah, great to have you.
I'm good, yes.
Let's talk about this. So before we even get into the details, it's the 45th anniversary of GC Foster or of the camp?
GC Foster
GC
College,
Foster.
yes.
So let's talk about the camp and why GC Foster even does this camp.
All right. It's a dream I had 7 years ago when I was working at a particular prep school as a PE teacher. Students who have this disorder tend to just gravitate towards me. So I'm just wondering why. What is this? You know, who are these children? At that time, I wasn't even educated about autism. So when I realized that the gravitation towards me, I said, this must be purpose. This must be from God. And you know, you go and you pray about it, and God said, this is your purpose. You have to fulfill it. And I said, me, God? Me, God? When I have nothing named patience. But let me tell you, he says he will give you patience. He says meekness, gentleness, you know, humility. And he did that over the years. But I kept the dream until harvest time, which is now. And now as a student ambassador of GC Foster College, and we are celebrating our 45th anniversary, it's only fitting to the one-of-a-kind, the first of its kind. And I'm sure it's the first of its kind in the Caribbean. I've never heard of, you know, an inclusive autism summer camp for children with this disorder.
Children who are autistic, they learn differently.
Yes.
So they can be brilliant.
Oh, yes.
Of course, they can at savant levels. How do you design a summer camp like this for children who learn differently, and of course they exist on a spectrum, so there's a range, because not every autistic child behaves the same way.
But what I've learned over the years, you know, my years of being in sports, for 20-something years I've served as a sports personnel, is that sports brings out that part of you that nothing else can do. Because if you see when the Reggae Boys in 1998, no crime, no go on. When a football match, zero crime. But what I've noticed is that when you put a child out there in the field, they will express themselves. And that's the design of it, to let them be free. Because all summer camps are for children without a disorder. And these children, when you give them the opportunity to just express themselves, they will. So giving them the opportunity, and sports, the theory of sports give you the opportunity to play, play expressively. And listen, they are controlled when you incorporate sports as a part of their development.
Of course, parents are going to be a little bit nervous. If I'm a parent of a child who I know is autistic, it might be nonverbal, might be verbal, but you know, there are other challenges that they have as this part of their neurodivergence. What are some of the features that are going to be a part of the camp that parents can feel safe to put my child in your hands?
Well, GC Foster College is a very safe place. We have our securities, we're going to have our volunteers, we're going to have like sensitization, you know, sessions for persons who will be volunteering, and we have persons who are educated, like some of my lecturers, who will be a part of this summer camp. And also, it is mandatory that the parent send the shadow, or the parent comes with the child.
Okay,
because you know that when a child is autistic, that extra help has to be there because you know that child more than me. They'll be meeting me for the first time. Some of them will be repeating children because I do my private tutoring. So they themselves will be. So I would have known them. But for the ones who I don't know, the parents or the shadow
so the
has
shadows
to be.
will be facilitated or the parents will be facilitated.
Definitely.
Okay, great.
Definitely.
Walk us through some of the activities that the children will be participating in.
Well, you know, a child who is diagnosed, and the child has to be diagnosed, a child who is diagnosed with autism, we will be having like boxing, badminton, netball, football, track and field, cricket, and let me tell you, we'll be using manipulative items like the bats and the balls. You know, we're not going to use the actual ones. So we're going to use the plastic ones because we have to, the safety is important. And we also, what did I didn't mention? Yeah, some of the activities that, and they'll be doing dancing as a means of, you know, after you have been outside or been inside or just running up and down for 20 minutes or 25 minutes, a little bit of dance will kind of unwind and let them express themselves even more.
I noticed you mentioned specifically a while ago the 20 or 25 minutes. Obviously, the program is tailored, that the sessions are quite short to meet the attention span
of each child, because, you know, a child with autism gets bored easily. The attention span, you have to make sure so you catch them when you can and just give it to them. But it's not a case where we're going to teach them the discipline. It is a case where I want them to just enjoy themselves because they're always cooped up.
Structured play.
Yeah, structured play. But they're just always cooped up in a corner because persons are not educated about mental illness. And autism is a part of mental illness. And as a cultured society of Jamaicans, it is said that if you are mentally ill, you should eat out of a garbage bin. It is not so. Mental illness come in different ranges. Depression, autism, just to name a few. So my plan actually is to get the children inclusive as well as bring awareness too, because persons don't even know what autism is. Can you believe it?
Indeed.
They don't.
But thank you for shining the light and offering this avenue for creative expression. You're an ambassador for GC Foster College. Anything else happening for the 45th anniversary? We have a lot of persons who are having events at the school, but none right now. When we resume school in September, then all the other activities to celebrate the 45th anniversary will take place. And on behalf of GC Foster College and our acting principal, Mr. Beckford, Mr. Paul Beckford, I have, you know, a few tokens to give to you as a result of
Thank you
Thank you very much.
Thank you so much. And
very quickly, how do people sign up for the camp?
Oh, we're going to have a sensitization session where you're invited at 10 a.m. on the 27th of June. This is where the registration will start. And also, we will continue the registration on July 1st. So we go from July 1st to the 31st, 3 days per week, 10 a.m. to 12:30. And it is important that the parents pack the children lunches because, you know, they're specific eaters and very picky eaters. And I'm going to use this medium if it's possible. We need sponsors. I must say thank you to the Ministry of Education and Youth and GC Foster College for just jumping on board without question, you know, to ensure that this message goes out.
All right. Thank you very much.
Yes.
Many thanks to Lavon Shorter, student and camp coordinator at the GC Foster College. She's joining us this morning to talk about this very important initiative. Coming up next, a mango-loving songbird flies into the Sunrise
It's all right,
Studio.
Dad.
I like it, I like it. A mango-loving songbird. Love you like a mango, yeah?
But love you like.
Stay with us, we'll be right back. I think it's a Julie mango.
Oh.